are technically 5 miles east of Washington, D.C., and that's where you find this place, FedEx Field in Landover, Maryland. The enthusiasm for football here on the East Coast always in the air. These folks are ready as their guys get set to match up with the Kansas City Chiefs. Set to go now in Week 6 of the NFL season, and we are underway on EA Sports. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. On play action, Fitzpatrick. Throw right side, going to be caught by Seals-Jones. And he'll be out of bounds right at the 40. A good start offensively. 15 yards on the game's initial play.
But when you hit him on the move like that, he's able to get into open field with a full head of steam, oh boy, it's going to be tough to get him down.
Yeah, there was a big window. They're lucky they did get him down. So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line. Complete out to Samuel on the quick throw. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. Boy, a pair of big plays here. This one going for 29.
Not only have they completed a couple on this drive, but they peeled off some pretty good chunks of yardage, too.
Absolutely. Great start. 2 nice plays in the pass game. Now can they continue to feed off that? So now 1st and 10 in Chiefs territory, down at the 31. They'll run for the first time with Antonio Gibson. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. This defense for the Chiefs, they were terrific last week in the victory over Buffalo.
And one of the key things you always look for when you're evaluating a defense is how opportunistic are they? How many takeaways do they get per game? And how about last week's game? That number, 6. Absolutely phenomenal performance. They were on top of their game right from the first snap.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete. This defense for the Chiefs, they were terrific last week in the victory over Buffalo.
No matter what coverage was called, they were right in the hip pockets of the receivers all game long. Step for step, running their routes with them. Turned out they were right there every time the ball was in the air, and they came away with 5 interceptions in that one.
And with the play clock winding down, we're going to get a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. After the incompletion, here now, 3rd and 2. And he will have the first before he's brought down right on the chalk of the 20. A 3rd down gain of 3 yards, and that'll be enough.
That throw's not going to get them a whole lot, but that really didn't matter, did it? They got what they needed on that throw. Picked up the 1st down, and I'm going cliche here. Game of inches, partner.
Absolutely. And you talked to me a lot about opening drives, how key those are to set the tone. You kept the drive alive. 3rd down conversion here is big. On 1st and 10, it's Gibson. And he's going to push his way down to about the 12. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be 2nd down. He was solid last week, over 100 yards in their victory on the ground. They want to get that going again.
Absolutely. What they also understand is that from week to week, it's not necessarily the same, but they want it to be, right? What they saw last week on the ground, they want to see in this game as well.
And it looks like he'll be just a yard shy of the 5 here as he's out at the 6. That play gets him 6 yards and sets them up with a 1st and goal. And he'll get blown up behind the line of scrimmage, back at the 6.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
2nd and goal from the 6 this time. Shotgun handoff to Gibson. And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. The 2nd down play, not much better than the 1st, just a gain of 1 there. Driven it down the field nicely here on the opening drive, but now it's put up or shut up.
No doubt about it, because to make that type of a drive and ultimately kick a field goal would feel very disappointing. But I'm just wondering, is the head coach thinking, is this 4-down territory? Might he go for it?
The keeper good for only 4, and that's going to lead to a 4th down. This is a long drive offensively. Wouldn't you hate to end this with just 3 points?
Doesn't it feel like during a ball game you have certain narratives going on, and there's certain drives that seem to take on just a bit more importance than others? This feels like one of those, doesn't it? To me, 3 points here, a major letdown. This is the time to go and put 6 on the board.
Hopkins' kick is good. So 3 points on the board, as easy a field goal as you're going to get, but I can see you shaking your head.
I love that peripheral vision of yours, partner, because to me, if it's the 4th quarter and you're up 6, I get it. But now, even if you run and don't get in, you're still setting them up to go a long field, 98, 99-yard drive. How do you look at your defense and not give them that opportunity?
The Chiefs take over 1st and 10 at their own 21-yard line.
Mahomes will lead the Chiefs up 1st and 10 at their own 21. And he'll be brought down here at the 28. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
I tell you what, CD, this Washington defense, very strong in the victory last week.
But we certainly had a nice conversation with the defensive coordinator, didn't we? And what we heard, I like what we did, but we definitely need more pressure on the quarterback this week.
A good run, got 7 on 1st. Here's 2nd and 3. They fake the give. Now Mahomes rolling to his right. This one complete to Mecole Hardman. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. That good for 21 yards on the catch and run.
Obviously, slowing down Mahomes, going to be a tall order. He gets the completion there, but what do defenses need to try to do against it?
Well, as we saw in the Super Bowl against Tampa Bay, their #1 goal was to get him to 3rd down and long situations. Not 3rd and manageable, meaning 3rd and 4 or less, but 3rd and 7 or more. There were plenty of those situations because now you can unleash your pass rushers. And if you can get that going, get him pressured in the pocket, get him on the move, use those 7 behind him to cover, that's how you can play Patrick Mahomes the best, I believe.
From midfield, here's Mahomes. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Robinson. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. The catch and run there, good for 16 and a 1st.
And Demarcus Robinson may be unheralded on that Kansas City track squad of wide receivers, but he's been dependable for these Chiefs the past few years.
They go play action. Now Mahomes. Flush to his right. And he wisely will throw that one away.
They've given up a few first downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
From the 34, they'll come to the line on 2nd and 10. Play action. Now it's Mahomes. And this throw incomplete. Now the defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to 3rd down. The tight end Kelsey was the intended target, and it's 3rd down. They go play fake. Mahomes. He'll buy some time right. Flushed out right. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. What a start defensively. Your offense goes out, gets the touchdown, and then you get the interception. Just perfect.
How about the discipline that they showed on defense? Because after the offense scored to go up 7-0, you would think they might be a little extra aggressive trying to get back at them. Instead, they read their keys well. When they took the shot downfield, they were more than prepared for that one.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. They've got a 3-0 football as they start 1st and 10. Here's Gibson to start the drive. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. Solid way to start the drive. 13 yards, picking up the first.
Antonio Gibson is an absolute dart with the ball in his hands, and he can make you miss, and he can run over you. Took a little while to crack the starting lineup as a rookie, but boy, was he sensational when he did. Went for 115 yards and 3 scores in a Thanksgiving Day clobbering of the Dallas Cowboys. And Washington...
And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 33. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown.
It goes without saying, but I'm going to say it anyway. That's a ball he would like to have back, and it lands right in the lap of the defender from there. He doesn't have very far to go before he gets to the end zone, and he got there in a hurry.
Extra point by Butker is on target, and that makes it a 7-3 lead. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air.
Washington takes over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. Back to it after the pick six. Fitzpatrick. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 28. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. Short throw pick six right there. Those linebackers, they love when those short throws come and those eyes get real wide, don't they?
How about the anticipation on the play? Reading, reacting, and then the ability to catch the football and take it in the opposite direction.
Extra point by Butker is on target, and that pushes the lead up to 11.
Washington will take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Let's set a tone, fellas. Let's set a tone.
They'll start on the ground with Gibson. And they're able to get this one across the 35. 49 yards rushing for him now on just 6 carries to this point.
I have to admit, I'm excited by that play call and the end result, because this is a team that's down big early in the first quarter, and a lot of teams will just panic, abandon the playbook, and just start firing the ball all over the place. It's way too early for that. Stick to what works for you.
Down double digits, and we talked about their game plan being both running and passing there. You're right. They're sticking to the game plan, getting the ground game going.
A lot of football left to be played.
Oh, this one incomplete. The pressure got to him as he released it. And it's 2nd down. Here's 2nd and 10. Fitzpatrick now. Looking again for Thomas. This time complete. And he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead. After one, a 14-3 ball game.
14, Washington 3.
Now on 3rd down, an extra DB out there for the Chiefs.
Hey, 5-0.
To throw, Fitzpatrick. A throw to the flat here for McKissick. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. 13 yards there and a Washington first.
And this might be a little bit of a surprise for everyone, as it was for me to learn that J.D. McKissick wound up with 80 catches last year out of the backfield, quietly the second most among all NFL running backs. And that was with Antonio Gibson as a rookie running the ball so effectively. But maybe we shouldn't be so surprised. McKissick, a wide receiver in college.
Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. Fitzpatrick. And that's off the mark, incomplete. Antonio Gibson, the intended target, and it's 3rd down.
Quarterbacks work all the time on manipulating a defense with their eyes and their head movement. In this case, he just stared the receiver down. That allowed for excellent coverage, able to knock that one away.
Washington on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 9. Fitzpatrick going to give to Gibson. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 47. 4th down now after a loss of 2. So on 4th down, Washington going to call on Tress Way to punt it away. Tyreek Hill back deep for Kansas City. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away.
The Chiefs take over 1st and 10 at their own 18-yard line.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the inning, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
On play action, it's Mahomes. Escaping the pressure right. And going deep for Hill. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Troy Apke. And a great return as he's up close to the 40-yard line. They are in an interception mood on defense. Had 2 nice interceptions a week ago. Now 2 here in the first half.
Yeah, we call it ball hawking. And the only way to truly be good ball hawks is not guessing. It's not just simply anticipation. It's study and understanding what they like to do and beating.
And down he goes. Fitzpatrick sacked. Frank Clark. It'll go as a loss of about 8 as he gets in there to drop him. Well behind the sticks here with a 2nd and 18. Another try after the first down sack. Fitzpatrick. And some room to roam now. And he's going to be out up around the 45-yard line.
Back play right there after taking a sack on 1st down. Didn't quite get it to the marker, but now they're in a much better spot for a 3rd and short yardage call. If you're the offensive coordinator, you like looking at that section a heck of a lot better than trying to figure out 3rd and long.
Toward the sideline. Did he keep the feet in? Yes, he got them both down, says the side judge. And that's good enough for a 1st down. A good pickup there, 26 yards. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
54, right there, 54 Mike.
Now Fitzpatrick going to throw deep for the end zone. And this one almost intercepted. Had a chance to come down with it in the end zone, but could not hang on.
Well, their first 2 drives only yielded 3 points. They might be thinking it's time to make something happen. Push the ball downfield and try and gain some points that way. Unfortunately, incomplete.
A give to Gibson running right. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 59 yards on the ground for him so far.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off, because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
From the red zone now, Fitzpatrick. To the end zone, but it's incomplete. He couldn't get the hook up there that time with Thomas, and it's second down.
I'm looking at this with my defensive eyeglasses on, because you remember the old days when a tight end saw a linebacker covering him and thought he had a mismatch? But the way they can run nowadays, not necessarily so. They gave it a shot downfield. That one incomplete.
Now Fitzpatrick hit. It's out. He lost the football, and it's picked up by the Chiefs. And he will take this all the way up past the 40-yard line.
All right, let's be frank. You hate the fumble at the end of the play, but prior to that, I liked a lot of what was going on. Tucks it down, takes off, picks up good yardage. But in that portion of the field, that close to the sideline,
step out.
Yeah, either get down or get out of bounds. Take care of the ball.
Yeah, he had the yards, but then the mistake. Now a throw for the All-Pro Kelsey is complete. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. That'll wind up a gain of 27 on the catch and run.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
In Washington territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 32-yard line. Now a carry for Edwards-Helaire. And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on 1st down.
And that's what I'd like to see out of this defense, a little fire, a little toughness. It hasn't been the best first half for them, but they did do a nice job there, forcing a loss on that play.
So their task a little bit more difficult now. 2nd and 13 that they're walking up on. Now Mahomes. That one complete to Hill. A short gain of just over 2 yards as the first half clock dips inside of 3 minutes. He was out there waving his arms, and when you got a quarterback out of the pocket looking for any help, I guess waving the arms is helpful.
It certainly is, because you got to get his attention, because now you're in scramble drill. So everyone's adjusting their routes, finding open space, and he found the right spot for the completion.
Toward the sideline. Did he keep the feet in? Yes, he got them both down, says the side judge, and that's good enough for a 1st down. A good pick up there of 20 yards. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. First and 10, it's Edwards-Helaire with it. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. They'll run. It's Edwards-Helaire. And he loses the football a 2nd time.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. Now Washington going to use the 2nd of their 3 timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Butker's kick here is good. So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
Taking it about the 1. And no alley to be found. The coverage was solid, and he's dropped at the 18. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense.
And they'll be looking to atone for last time's mistake of fumbling inside the red zone. Certainly they don't want to do that again.
And so much emphasis placed on red zone offense. I mean, you have periods devoted in practice just for that because everyone knows how vital it is to put points on the board when you've entered that part of the field. And to come away with nothing, that's difficult for a team to handle.
And difficult, and now we'll see if they can make it less difficult on themselves on this drive.
They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
To throw is Fitzpatrick. Catch here, left side, Thomas. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds.
12 yards is the pickup, and it's good for a Washington first down.
Logan Thomas experienced a breakout season last year at the age of 29. Converted from playing quarterback, he finished 3rd among tight ends with 72 catches, and it certainly looks like his future is awfully bright.
There again is Thomas. They've gone to him a lot. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down.
First and 10 at the 48-yard line.
Here's Heineke. That would almost intercepted, but it's incomplete. Not a good throw there, and it'll be second down.
Well, the incompletion, yes, but maybe here not the worst thing in the world?
No, not on 1st and 10. Actually gives them a chance to regroup, relax just a little bit. They huddle up, talk it over. Then they get a chance to continue their drive.
He's got it to Gibson. And he'll be brought down with a first down as the tackle's made at the Chiefs' 33. The Washington passing game dialed in now. It's a first down.
And you see the clock almost empty, so this is likely the last play in the second quarter.
Here's Gibson on the read option. And with just 1 second remaining in the first half, they'll call the timeout.
Dustin Hopkins on for the field goal. A 47-yard attempt.
And Hopkins' kick is good. And that will do it for this first half. So we've reached halftime with the visiting Chiefs on top. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports halftime report. Coach.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Ready for the start of the third quarter. The Chiefs have the lead and set to receive the football. Now returning it, Antonio Callaway. And taken down just past the 20 at about the 21-yard line.
The Chiefs take over first and 10 at their own 21-yard line.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And Charles, they've got the lead. Put your coaching hat on here now. What's the game plan for the second half?
I think getting the running game going a little bit more, because I thought in the first half they didn't get it moving the way that they would like. They had success throwing it, but I think these first couple of drives, they'll want to get those running backs going and give them more opportunities, and I will guarantee you that those guys were lobbying for them in the locker room at halftime.
Edwards-Helaire now off the option.
And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. Calling no gain on the play, and it'll be second down.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, second and 10. Now Mahomes on the bootleg. They'll roll him out right. This ball tipped, and it's going to be incomplete. Fortunate maybe to get that back. It's third down.
So much of this game is about leverage. We always talk about low man wins in the trenches. Well, it's like that at just about every position. And sometimes, if you lose that leverage and you're losing the battle, just jump up at the line of scrimmage and try and bat the ball away. And that's exactly what happened there.
So now 3rd and 10. A big play to start the drive, but nothing since. Working from the gun, Mahomes.
And Mahomes misfires again, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Jimmy Moreland.
And they have the football and will set up shop at the 33-yard line. That is just what this defense was hoping for, an interception on the opening possession of this 3rd quarter.
Obviously didn't want to surrender a touchdown and fall even farther behind. And we've gotten to know this team a little bit, haven't we? Couldn't you just see their defensive leaders telling the offensive guys, telling the quarterback, don't worry, we got you to start things off. You take it from there.
And the hole closes quickly. He gets it across the 35 to the 36-yard line. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8. Here's Fitzpatrick. Looking for McLaurin, and he's got him. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down.
Fitzpatrick to McLaurin there. 1st down, Washington.
Off the play fake here, Fitzpatrick. Oh, look at Thomas wide open. 20, 10, touchdown, Washington.
I tell you, for a defender, that's got to be a scary sight, seeing a big man like this with a head of steam behind him as he makes that catch and then turns upfield.
Dustin Hopkins on now to add the extra point. And he bangs it through and makes it a 17-13 ball game.
Washington kick team back out there now as they will send this one away. Callaway, the return man. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23.
The Chiefs take over 1st and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. Pretty important 3rd quarter drive for them. Momentum has sort of shifted the other direction after that last touchdown as they nurse this small lead.
And he'll take it forward for about 5 up to the 28-yard line. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield.
Another huge season last year for Tyreek Hill, teaming up with Patrick Mahomes. Close to 1,300 yards receiving. 15 touchdowns as well, and that was second only to Davante Adams. We know about the big plays. Also makes the dependable chain-moving catches as well.
Here's Edwards-Helaire.
And he'll get this into enemy territory, but not by much as he's down to the 48. Daron Payne, the big D tackle there to make the stop.
Brings up 2nd and 9.
Here's 2nd and 9.
Now here's Mahomes. Caught, Kelsey, left side.
And they're going to have another 1st down here as the tackle's made at Washington's 38-yard line.
The Chiefs have got the passing game rolling a bit, and another 1st down.
A shotgun snap and a give to Edwards-Helaire.
And this time they were waiting for him as he'll be knocked down before he can get back to the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down.
At the 37-yard line.
They fake the give. Now Mahomes. It's Hill, complete. And he's got some space here. And all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown.
I think you can make a fair case for Tyreek Hill being the most explosive player in the NFL when he gets his hands on the football, and that was Exhibit A.
And that's the kind of play where you have to kind of catch your breath afterwards. So just give me a second here, because when he shifted into high gear, he was an absolute blur out there. No substitute for speed. We talk about that all the time. The evidence was right there.
And the next-gen stats are going to tell the story, and wow, what a story it is. Nearly a full 23 miles an hour. One of the fastest plays on record, folks.
The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. I guess they have to feel a little gratified to at least get on the board last time, but still work to do.
No doubt about it. I wonder now if they're going to try to increase the urgency a little bit, maybe pump up the pace, maybe go 2-minute. Who knows?
Now Fitzpatrick hit. It's out. He lost the football.
But Washington looked to get this one back, and indeed they did. They will still have possession.
Fortunate to get that football back, because trailing here in the second half, last thing they needed was to lose the possession.
And the word I think of here is opportunity, because it could have been lost there. Their chance to score points, but the opportunity for the defense was to go ahead and really close this game down if they were able to get possession.
On 2nd and 11 now. Fitzpatrick. Thomas has got it. Complete. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion that would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication, and as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
44, Mike, 44.
Fitzpatrick to throw it.
And he's going to be intercepted for the 3rd time thus far.
Picked up by Mike Hughes. And they'll start out with great field position at the 47-yard line in enemy territory.
Off the option, it's Edwards-Helaire.
And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. Give him 13 yards there and a Kansas City first down.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
Now a throw out to his fullback is complete. They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down.
Everyone has their strengths, able to move to their right or their left, being able to throw the football. So that means you've got to work on both, because you never know which way you're going to get flushed by pressure. In this situation, able to escape to his left and makes an accurate throw.
On 2nd down, a run with Edwards-Helaire.
And some space here. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done.
45 yards rushing on 12 carries for him now.
Clyde Edwards-Helaire is a do-it-all back, and he did plenty on that run. And as a rookie, 803 yards rushing for the season, and Kansas City may look to up his workload a little bit in year 2. The last pick of the first round in 2020, he more than justified that selection with his ability to run the football and catch it out of the backfield.
He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. And that is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action. This is the National Football League on EA Sports.
2nd and 11 now.
A quick throw out to Hardman on the perimeter. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there.
The Chiefs on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This will be 3rd and 6. Play action. Now it's Mahomes sliding out of the pocket. This one complete to his fullback out of the backfield. And he nearly got the first himself, but it appears he's going to be about a yard or 2 short. 4 yards on the pickup, and it'll be 4th down.
Harrison's on 3rd down with a field goal. A 22-yard attempt.
Butker's kick here is good. And that will get the lead up to 14. So that maybe not a knockout blow, but I suppose certainly every little bit helps when you're trying to salt one away in the 4th.
Well, the possibility of being beaten by 2 late touchdowns or at least sent to overtime does exist, but time definitely...
And deep in his own territory, he coughs up the football, and it's picked up by the Chiefs. And he will bring this down inside the 10 to the 8-yard line.
There's never a good place on the field to fumble the ball. Let's just call it as it is.
But definitely not in your own red zone.
In your own red zone, it's heightened, isn't it? Because you're almost automatically giving up a score and the momentum, and everything just changes for your team.
Yeah, so the kickoff fumble, now great field position. So that one will be accepted. A terrible spot for a holding call as they'll try again, but now from further back on 1st and goal. They go play fake. Mahomes. And this is intercepted, but they'll say out of bounds. Oh, very close to a turnover there in the end zone. Toward the back corner of the end zone, but he could not get the feet down. This will wind up incomplete. 3 red zone trips have yielded just 2 field goals for them to this point, so they'll be searching for something more on 2nd and goal here. This is caught by Hill for a Chiefs touchdown. Tyreek Hill, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Chiefs are about to make it 4 straight as they add to this 4th quarter advantage. Extra point by Butker is on target. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. This fielded right at the goal line. And he had no room to run as he's tackled down inside the 20. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. Remember, they have won 3 straight, but getting to 4 straight does not appear to be in the cards as they are in a big 4th quarter hole. Now he's going to swing this one out to his running back and able to get this across the 20 before going out of bounds. They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down. Decent start to the drive, but let's face it, they need a lot of things to go right in a short amount of time down 3 scores.
Yeah, they're going to run their 2-minute offense here in this game, but this is for future games. Can they get better and be ready for the next time, hopefully with a chance to win?
And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. 76 yards rushing for him now as he's carried it 13 times.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the 4th quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down 4th quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete. Antonio Gibson, the intended target. And that'll bring up 2nd down.
Now Fitzpatrick. And this is caught. It's Brown. There he goes, right side. Touchdown, Washington. De'Ami Brown with his first career NFL touchdown.
And Washington able to close the gap just a bit.
As a former DB, you might not like to see that, but from a wide receiver's perspective, those are the plays they dream of.
Correct on both counts, all right? Because once he took off, I mean, let's face it, that should have been done in Big Sky country. Aren't any speed limits out there? And off he went. Glad I wasn't the one trying to chase him.
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive.
Well, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this fourth quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
They'll contain him to just 4, second down.
And Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts.
It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the fourth quarter. Just inside the 30. To throw. It's
open man is the tight end, Noah Gray.
And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds.
22 yards there, a first down. Gets it to Hill. It's a jet sweep.
And that play goes nowhere. Taken down, losing yardage at the 50, right at midfield.
That's the danger, Charles, of running plays like this for your wide receiver. They can hit big or they can be duds.
Yeah, you're exactly right about that, because if they're forced to try and go around defenders behind the line of scrimmage, sometimes you can give yardage in order to gain it. But in this case, they gave yardage and didn't get it back.
From midfield, here's Mahomes. Man open is Robinson. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. The Chiefs have got the passing game rolling a bit. And another first down. On play action, it's Mahomes. Rolling to his right. That's out to Hill, right side complete. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. A gain of 6 there on first. He's been a busy man here in this one, and they're showing off some nice footwork to stay in bounds.
And with those types of catches and the volume that we've seen in this game, wouldn't you keep him busy as well?
I would.
Of course. You got to keep throwing it to him. He keeps making plays.
Now Edwards-Helaire.
And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19.
And now Washington going to go ahead and use their final timeout.
That will be their third and final stoppage, as they'll only have the 2-minute warning now remaining. Operating from the red zone now, Mahomes.
And that one off the mark behind him, incomplete.
Travis Kelce, the Pro Bowl tight end, the intended target, but it'll be second down.
Finally, a good play there defensively on the deep ball. The secondary has had its struggles this entire game. Offensively, they've had their way with them.
2nd and 10.
He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead.
They're in a pretty good spot right now with a convincing lead. I think this is where they put on the boxing gloves, start to try and pound them into submission.
And the offensive line, they've controlled this game.
I don't see why that trend would change now. The Chiefs on third down. Just 1 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 7. They go play action. Now Mahomes. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
My first thought is surprise because that's one of the better tight ends around, and I've seen him pull in balls like this before. But how about a little credit to the defense forcing that incompletion?
Butker's kick here is good. And that'll push the lead up to 17. So that almost certainly the final piece to this puzzle. A 3-score lead. I don't think there's any coming back from there.
Well, you know, normally I'd get on you for giving up on the game right here, but I do think you're right in this case. This late in the game, 2 scores is tough enough. 3, I'm with you. That seems out of the question.
And he's going to be out of bounds. Here's the run back. We'll leave him shy of the 20-yard line. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. Last time they were out here, they had the benefit of good field position, led to a touchdown. This time, they're going to have to work for it.
They are, but with that last drive that culminated in a touchdown, I think they carry that confidence into this one. It doesn't matter where you start with the football now. They have to feel great about their opportunity.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Gibson again. 5 yards on the carry there, and it leaves him with 3rd and about 6 yards to go.
On a 2nd and long, it's really nice to see an offense that has enough confidence to run the football in that situation. I think that goes back to their practice and game planning. They've seen things that they've seen on tape and in previous games that led them to believe that even in a long-distance situation, they can still run the football and gain enough yardage to put themselves in a good spot on 3rd down.
On 3rd down, Fitzpatrick. And tight coverage there. It's knocked away, incomplete.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration, the body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out.
52 and 56, 52 and 56.
Desperation time. Fitzpatrick on 4th down. Looking long for Thomas. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. It's the Honey Badger, Tyrann Mathieu. He's at it again, Charles. He had the pick 6 last week. Not a pick 6 here, but an interception.
Hey, it's another Oski, because that's the word we use when we intercept a pass. Oski tells your team to rally around and block for you. Well, that worked really well last week because he had made it all the way to the end zone. This week he got the Oski, maybe not a touchdown, but boy, he's playing really well.
Tackle made by Chase Young. And in this situation with the lead 4th quarter, they're liking keeping the ball on the ground, I'm sure.
That's just smart football, but you know the defense has to know it as well. They've got to stop them here. So now we're going to see that loading the box in a big way. 6, 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take, puts a little bit more pressure on your big offensive line.
2nd down, back to Edwards-Helaire. And he's got it across the midfield stripe and into Washington territory.
But if you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
On 3rd down, here's Edwards-Helaire. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. It's a pickup of 3, but it brings up what will be an interesting 4th and 1. Here's the Chiefs punter now, as he should be able to pin him back deep here with his first punt.
They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. With it is Brown. Officially, that'll be marked down as just a 28-yard punt. And the Washington offense will be backed up to start this drive as they've got it 1st and 10.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense.
And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
On 2nd and 9, Fitzpatrick. And this is not going to be what they needed. They get a few here, but now 3rd down as the clock runs. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give them that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling.